Hey guys, just wanted to hop on here real quick and make a quick video and discuss the current situation. There have been some show cancellations and there's a lot going on, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I think I have kind of a unique perspective on things as an American bodybuilder living here in Hong Kong. I get a lot of questions from both sides, both from local people here in Hong Kong asking me about the situation in the States, and friends and family and followers back in the Western countries that are asking me about what's going on here in Hong Kong. So I just kind of wanted to address both from a bodybuilding standpoint and from a general standpoint very briefly. And I think, first of all, this is a bodybuilding channel, so we'll talk about that first. When we discuss show cancellations, look, I mean, I was preparing for the Ireland 212 show. I just found out 2 days ago, that the show was going to be postponed, and that was at a 4-week out mark. So very hard to accept. But you know what? Life goes on. This is something that's not within our control. So we just, you have to kind of accept it and move on. There are other shows, and the way I look at this, bodybuilding is a lifestyle. It's not just about being on stage. The day of the show, it's like, it's such a small percentage of what we actually do. And I know you work hard for that day. We all do. And we all want that day to come so that we can shine and show off our hard work. But in this situation, we can't. So what can you do? You have to just kind of, press on and try and use this time to your advantage to try and get better. And remember that bodybuilding is a lifestyle. This is about the training, the dieting, everything that you do up until the point of competing is really what bodybuilding is all about. That competition day is such a small piece of it. And although it's important, in situations like this, what can we do, right? You just got to press on. So me personally, I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to get better, keep training, keep getting ready for shows, and stay ready until there's something that doesn't get canceled. Again, me personally, I'm looking at the New York Pro, and after New York is Puerto Rico, and after Puerto Rico is Toronto, and then there's Vancouver, and there's Chicago, and there's Tampa. So hopefully one of those shows doesn't get canceled, and I can get myself on stage. And I would suggest to you guys out there that are getting ready for shows, or we're getting ready for shows, if you can, do the same. I understand not everybody for, for personal or financial reasons, you may not be able to do the exact same thing. But if you can, do it. Stay in shape, stay within striking distance, and stay close, and stay ready. And that way, when the time comes and this passes, because, I think that it will, you'll be ready, and you can get back on stage, and you can show off all that hard work that you've been putting in. Now, from a more general point of view, and what's going on in the world, both here in Asia, where I live in Hong Kong, and back in the Western countries, specifically the United States, Canada, and in Europe. I've gotten a lot of messages from people in Western countries asking about the situation here in Hong Kong. And, there are some major differences in how things are being handled here and how they're being handled there. The initial panic that set in here in China and Hong Kong was weeks ago. So it started here, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty scary. But this is also something that they've dealt with here before. There was SARS, there was bird flu and swine flu. Those bird flu and swine flu to a lesser extent, but they've dealt with these situations before and they understand them. So the wearing of the masks and the panic and all of that, like the hand sanitizer and the panic buying and all that stuff, like it's happened here before, and so it's a little bit more. I don't want to say normal, because this is not normal, but they've been here and done it before, and so I think there's a little bit more experience in dealing with these types of situations on this side of the world. That's not to say as things have passed and everything's great now, because it's definitely still a major concern, obviously. But, things are a little bit better, I think, now than they were several weeks ago when that initial panic first set in. People aren't buying toilet paper like crazy, and there are masks available, and there's hand sanitizer available, and stuff like that. So things have gotten a little bit better, but they're not great, and this is by no means over. Now, I know that in the Western countries, this isn't something that people are really used to dealing with, and it hasn't happened on such a scale in most Western countries, not in a long, long time anyway, not in recent history, and not that any of us can remember. And so I think that's why people are having a really hard time with it right now. And so for those of you that are going through that in those Western countries, I just would like to, remind you that this is the initial stages, and hopefully things do get better and calm down a little bit, and people will come to their senses and understand that, they don't need to panic buy toilet paper and hand sanitizer, and hopefully that situation improves. I think it will. As I've told, many of my friends that have asked me about this, I believe that, you guys in the Western countries are still in the early stages of this, and sort of going through what we went through weeks and weeks ago, and hopefully that will improve. But that's it. I just wanted to touch on this because it's very relevant. And again, back to the bodybuilding perspective, I think you guys it sucks. I want to get on stage too. I dieted hard, and I put a lot of effort into getting ready for that Ireland show, but it's not going to happen. And I just got to use this time to my advantage. And again, I suggest you do the same. So I wish you guys the best of luck. If you want to comment on this, please comment. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to contact me directly to talk about this a little bit more, I'm definitely open to talking about this to anybody that might, need a little advice or support or anything like that. And you can reach out to me via my Instagram if you'd like. So I wish you guys all the best of luck. Stay healthy. But most of all, stay calm. Don't panic. Talk to you guys more soon.